Harry Sate joining me now, Portsmouth manager Kenny Jackett, Portsmouth CEO Mark Hatton, Alan Mitchell and Paul Dressel, of course the manager of Hampton Waterloo, and we're here to announce the partnership between the two clubs. I'll start with you, Paul. What an exciting moment is this for both clubs?
Yeah, we got the phone call from Anna asking if there was a potential for us to partner with the Pompey women's team, and this is a community venue now, and we've invested in the pitch for it to be a community pitch, and to get the Pompey Ladies here is, I think, great for everybody, but certainly very good for Hampton as well.
Mark, Anna, obviously the two clubs have had a very close relationship over recent years. How pleased you now to be that little bit tighter?
It's fantastic for Portsmouth Football Club to be supporting Hampton and Waterlooville. As you said, we've had a really strong relationship in the past, so this really just strengthens it and builds on those foundations. It's fantastic that the women will be able to play their games on a fantastic new pitch, and hopefully we can encourage as many supporters along as possible to watch the games.
How key is obviously the growth of women's football has been massive. The Baffins Park has been fantastic for yourselves. Crowds are 200, 500 for some games. How important would be coming to a ground like this where potentially it could grow even further with facilities?
Yeah, I think the big thing for us is obviously when you're on a grass pitch and that's the main pitch of a senior men's team, you're always going to come second to that, which is rightfully so. We don't want to ruin anyone's pitch. So last year, outside of everyone's control, it was a very, very wet winter. There was a number of games called off, so just having the stability, knowing that we can come here week in, week out, whatever time that might be, that the game's definitely going to be on, I think that will really, really help boost attendances moving forward.
And for the women's team as well, to train here, they've got now that one hub where they go to every single week, and it helps them on a more professional footing.
Definitely, yeah, they're really looking forward to it. They're looking forward to being able to use this as a hub to play, not only play their home games, but also to be able to train on as well. And the same with the development squad, for the development team to be able to play here on a Sunday as well, which would be fantastic. And fantastic for the area of Hampshire to have a really strong women's team based here at this club.
Kenny, for yourself, obviously you come down here with your first team every summer for the pre-season game, always regularly attended, always very competitive. I suppose it must be nice for yourself because there's going to be a nice little link up between the two clubs regarding players and other such things.
Yeah, very much so. It's interesting just sat here looking at the development going on, and by the start of October, there'll obviously be a brand new pitch there, which is terrific. There is an overlap between Portsmouth supporters and then when we're maybe away and the supporters come down to see Hampton and watch their local side. Hopefully, both clubs can have a successful year ahead. It's an exciting time, and also the link up between some younger players if needed as well. Haven't got a strong squad and a very good team, but if at all possible, we can help them in any way, and the development of our own players, we won't hesitate to do that.
And of course, Paul, part of our ethos here at Hampton is to bring through the best young players, and that strengthens that even more so.
Yeah, I think Kenny and I got on really well. We first came across each other, and he brought the Pompey team down to Sutton for me, and that's obviously continued since I've come down to Hampton. I've already recommended one or two players to Kenny last year, and I've already had a word in his ear about someone this morning. So I think it's right, at the end of the day, if we've got something we feel is good enough, then we should always perhaps mention it to Kenny and Mark first. And also in the same way, if we've got injuries, I pick the phone up, and if there's that possibility, and it's all about availability, then it's a great strength in the relationship.
And Paul, one of the big things we're trying to do with the 3G service is bring more of the local community down, young girls, young boys, and try and really make it a real hub for people around this area.
Yeah, and that's why I think the link with Portsmouth women and the girls is so important, because we did want to attract a ladies team and a girls team to the venue. I didn't get anyone bigger than what Pompey have done in the last few years with their girls team, and this is an area that will support that team as well. It's a massive area, Hampton, and I said to Mark and to Anna that I genuinely think the crowds here will be a lot better than anyone would imagine. I also think the fact that we know it's going to be on. Come down to the game, it's going to be on, and support the girls, because I think they've done an extremely good job in the last couple of years to get to the league that they're currently in. And I've met Jay Sadler, the manager. He's very charismatic. He obviously is hopeful they can go up and promote again. And the nice thing about being here is that any promotion that the ladies team can get, then obviously this ground has got a standard that it's able to cope with it.
And finally, obviously we've done this for a few years, the rates for the season ticket holders at Portsmouth. We're going to do it again this year with the season tickets, and again it's another tightening of the two clubs.
Yeah, I think in these, it's difficult times for everybody at the moment, and what's worse is it's difficult to know if you can even get in to the grounds at the moment to watch your favourite team. So, one of the things that we've talked about and agreed again is that the flexi season ticket holders this year, will be able to get into the ground for £6. And obviously, what we would say, if any of the Pompey fans, can't get into the stadium and we're at home, or more importantly, when Pompey are away and they can't get an away ticket, then come down and support the Hawks and adopt us as the second team.
I know, Mark, obviously Portsmouth are packed out for away games week in, week out. I know it's something that Portsmouth do like to see when your allocations are out, the others come round to have and clubs in the local area.
Yeah, we like to see that in any normal season, but as Paul just said there, under the current conditions with the current restrictions of the pandemic, there might be a lot of Pompey fans, even when we're at home on a Saturday, that can't get a ticket. So, capacity obviously at the mercy here as well, but hopefully there'll be some capacity where they can still come and watch a game of football on a Saturday afternoon.
Well guys, thank you very much for coming down today, and it's great to start this fantastic relationship between the two clubs.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.